Hey guys, today is June 25th. Today, welcome to Trumpet Update. I think this is number 14. So I went to Milwaukee this morning for my lesson. It was a good lesson. I was actually a little worried because I'll be honest, my practice this past week has not been fantastic. If you remember from last week's lesson, I just had a lot to go through. So I was a little overwhelmed and I didn't schedule my practice as well as I had wanted to. So anyways, though, it went okay though. He didn't ask me to play the things I wasn't prepared on, which is good. So the theme of today's lesson was playing centered and playing in tune. I'm going to be doing a lot of drone work. Matt showed me a modified stamp routine to do. I'm going to be doing a lot more singing and checking my intonation with my singing. So that's super important as a trumpet player, because we as trumpet players are not like piano players where we can just play a note perfectly in tune every time by striking a key. I've got my trumpet here. So like I can play a G, 100 different ways. I can play all throughout. So it's a lot like singing, where you need to be able to hear the pitch so you can listen for that intonation, make sure it locks in. So gonna be working on that. I had also talked to Matt. We didn't work on it at all, but I wanted to ask him. I've been doing the, I think it's Gekker. It's a minute of tonguing, just straight tonguing, and I can't get past like 100 beats per minute with 16th notes. I just can't do it without, my tongue will eventually just give out. So he said, start back at 80 beats per minute and just do it for a minute straight. I do a flutter tongue variation on it, so I'm going to be going back to doing that now. And he said, and this isn't just with the trumpet, this is with anything. Careers, personal, whatever, you're not going to always go in a straight line up. Life and trumpet playing is like is like the stock market. He said it rises, falls, rises, falls, rises, fall, but it trends upwards. So I thought that was a really good analogy. I'm doing a Bordogni number 3 next week, focusing on the pitch of that. Checking out some videos of Christian Tetzlaff, and then I'll be doing Sachse number 12, focusing on the articulations. I'm going to bring a sample schedule to him. I'm going to be working on Goldman number 1 in B natural on C trumpet, as well as the A harmonic minor scales, focusing on Arban articulation. I'm still working on other stuff here. I'm still working on characteristic study number 2. I don't think I wrote it down, but I think I'm working on Boehme. Yeah, I forgot to write it down, but I'm working on the second etude for Boehme. So yeah, I don't really have much else to say. And this series really isn't supposed to go too deeply into what we talked about. I don't think Matt would appreciate that. I know I wouldn't really appreciate that. I'm just giving this as a template to what I'm working on, and other stuff is between me and Matt, what I'm specifically doing. But the purpose of this series is to kind of show you, okay, these are some things that you should be working on if you have the same goals as me in mind. So anyways, this is going to be a shorter one, I guess. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I'm going to be listening. I think I already said I'm listening to Christian Tetzlaff this week for my listening. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Very, very short one this week, but that's okay too. If you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe, bell button so you don't miss any videos. Comment below if you have any questions on this or anything, and see you next week.